You're watching Escape Adulthood Live, your number one source for long-lasting, fast-acting, physician-approved adultitis relief.
On this week's show, we're talking about rubber duckies, Ernie, and an overlooked secret to happiness.
Hello, greetings and salutations. This episode is brought to you by people like Margaret Bradshaw, Carol Brown, and Jeff Culver. Their membership in the Wonder Whimsy Society supports us in this work to fight adultitis. Thank you, guys.
Yes, if you'd like to annihilate the adultitis in your life, who doesn't, by the way?
I can't think of one
person. If you'd like more information about the Wonder and Whimsy Society or be among the first to know about our newest offerings, become an insider at escapeadulthood.com/subscribe. Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. And holy hole, Batman.
Holy hole, Batman.
There's a reason for this.
Yes, there's
a stretch. A little bit of a stretch.
It's a little
just
bit.
So you could say holy hole.
Holy hole, Batman. There's a hole. Any guesses?
But I can't read comments, so if there are guesses, I won't see them.
Yes.
There we go.
Today is a big, momentous day, and if you've been following along, Whimsy Wednesday, I've been talking about it, I've been hyping about it, praying about it. You know what I'm talking about. There is a hole in our backyard today, and that's a huge victory. Can we just take that moment? I mean, honestly, it's January 12th. Is that what today is? And they dug a hole, like a 12-foot hole in our yard, which is miraculous because there should be 5 feet of snow out there, and there is not.
You want to explain what this hole is for?
Does anyone know what the hole is for?
But
I know. We are doing a build-out for Jason's dream art studio. So, yes, the house was like 96% what we wanted, but that 4% was the missing piece of Jason's art studio. So 6 weeks of permit nightmare, adultitis, and we finally received a permit, and they dug a hole. Tomorrow the cement truck is coming, and it's happening, dude. Are you ready?
I better be.
I'm ready.
I expected, just for some perspective, I expected this project would be done by last May. I was a little over eager.
Yeah.
But it takes time to draw up plans. Takes time to.
Charles says maybe we can make a fort. I love that idea.
Mm-hmm.
A swimming pool.
Kids,
I know my
kids are hoping we just turn into a swimming pool.
I know my parents have been joking about swimming pool all day. But if you are a member of the Wonder and Whimsy Society, please feel free to peek over in the league, in the EA League, the private group for members only. I dropped a picture in there about 20 minutes ago of the hole. So, this is no one else really cares except for us, let's be honest. But we are excited. And I know you guys share the excitement of what will be made in that studio and the vision of what is to come. So, anyway, that's our big holy hole news.
Yeah, we will be sharing progress along the way. I love Martha said I had withdrawals last week, and I'm glad you felt that way.
I was thinking about banking. I'm like, she's getting some money
made
out.
Deposits. I made withdrawals. It was a busy week, but I'm glad to hear that we are glad to be back.
Our
and
camera's getting a little funky. Yeah, see, the camera took a break.
Yeah,
and it's kind of
fix that.
So yes, we missed you guys. I know we put up just a quick video from our retreat last week, but we're glad to be back in the saddle with a ton of new ideas, which you'll see kind of dripping in. This is kind of how we work. Oh, look at that! Can they see that?
No, they can't.
Okay, he's trying to do some things here on the back end.
There we go.
There we go. You'll see little changes along the way because we made quite a list of things every week. Jason's going to be tinkering with something. There's going to be a tinker tonight. See if you can catch it. I'm sure you will, but it'll catch you by surprise.
Yep. One of my goals this year is to make every show a little bit better than the one before it. And they might be visible on your end. Maybe it'll be invisible on your end. Might be more of the efficiency side, but we really want to put some effort into this. I mean, we've been but like we want to take it to the next level, and we are so excited to have you along for the ride. But, I got to say, even though we're looking at the new year, I kind of thought it might be kind of fun to go back. Because anyone who has the Celebrate Everything calendar for 2022, you may know tomorrow is a very special day.
Ooh.
It is National Rubber Ducky Day. And that kind of inspired me this week.
Sweet.
To wonder about the rubber ducky and its origins. So let's take a trip back in the time machine. All right, you guys, rubber duck. Rubber duck. Interestingly, there's some stuff I did not know about the rubber duck.
You know, whenever you start anything with
interestingly,
I feel like it's going to be like a lie after that.
I could just make stuff up. So technically, the first big breakthrough that allowed a rubber duck to happen was when American chemist Charles Goodyear. Does that make you think of anything?
Tires? Uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay.
And what are tires made out of?
Rubber.
Yes. So he invented vulcanized rubber. So
vulcanized.
Yeah, like this kind. No.
Oh.
It's rubber hardened via the process of heating with sulfur, making it pliable, moldable, and most importantly, waterproof. At least in the case of rubber duck. So they didn't invent vulcanized rubber in order to make rubber ducks, but without that invention, we wouldn't have them today. And nor would we have tires, probably. So the first actual ducks that were manufactured weren't like the ducks that, like in this picture that we've known today. They were solid, heavy, and they didn't even float.
Oh.
They were intended to be used as chew toys for babies and dogs.
Seriously? Babies and dogs?
Yeah, that's what the internet says. And so it wasn't until 1930 that the Rubber Ducks Association with bath time began to materialize. So there were two inventions that came out in this time, and I got a patent here.
Oh, no.
That looks interesting, right?
Oh,
this is
nightmare ducky.
This is the patent from Eleanor Shanahan of Maryland, 1931. It was designed. She designed an aquatic toy that could sit above or below the surface of the bath and would emit jets of water from the mouth and other small holes.
Why?
Well, in her own words, they would produce a fountain-like effect and enable the playing of pranks by one person on another by the squirting of a fine stream of spray upon the face or other parts of a person. Upon the face or other parts.
I mean, you're in a bath. There's a lot of options.
So that's the first.
I mean, honestly, that is what a rubber ducky does. It does spray water on the face and other parts of people.
And other parts of bodies, I guess.
But to put it that way sounds...
strange?
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, baby.
No! It sounds grody.
So in that same decade...
Grody to the max.
Grody to the max. In the same decade, so that was 1931, okay? So what is that? That's an anniversary. Well, last year, 21. What's that? 90 years.
Okay.
Yeah, last year. Okay, so 1938, the Walt Disney Company collaborated with a latex company.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
To create bath floater toys, of which the most popular pair were... Okay, what would Disney... What character would they use?
Oh, Donald Duck. Yes.
And?
Daisy.
Yes.
However, I was like, what's her name?
However, it was Donald and Donna Duck.
Oh.
Back in the day. Little fun fact, Disney fans.
Donna.
Probably some of you may already know this, but Donna Duck was later renamed Daisy Duck. First appearing as Daisy in the film Mr. Duck Steps Out in 1940. So, that was one of the very first rubber duckies. Was
Kate
Donald's.
knew Daisy. Yeah, you got it before me, I'm sure. Interesting.
What
does Martha say? I got a little distracted because I was like, what's Martha
If you
say?
haven't read it, Moby Duck, about how 28,000 duckies were lost at sea and the people who found them, is a fun read. Wow, that sounds really interesting.
Huh. Moby Duck.
That feels like that would just be a fun thing to do. is just released
Release,
28,000 rubber ducks into the... We could do that in Lake Michigan.
Sheboygan River does like one of those ducky fundraiser things.
Yeah, they have like a race, don't they?
Yes, and
Yep.
they put, which I know a lot of communities do, but that's kind of fun.
So here's where rubber ducks hit the big time. 1947. A sculptor called Peter Ganine, or Ganine, a couple ways you could do that, filed a patent. Here we go right here. Does that look familiar? Patent for a duck toy that he had created out of vinyl. Vinyl.
What?
Painted bright yellow and including their famous squeaker, the ducks were reproduced in the thousands and sold across the world.
Why am I not being able to picture vinyl? All I think of is like a record.
Well, vinyl is a kind of plastic.
So it's just a thick plastic.
Yeah, it's okay.
So it's not the pliable,
cheaper.
like squeezy one that
It's
you're thinking
probably
of.
exactly what you're thinking of a rubber duck. So
vinyl. All right.
yeah, it wasn't a black record.
Okay.
Like vinyl seats. Like the vinyl is used for many different things.
All right.
All right. So 1947. That's when the rubber ducky, as we know it, kind of came to being. And then, of course, it took a whole new turn with our friend Ernie.
Know.
1970.
Who called it? Julie downtown Julie Brown was like, Ernie.
1970. The song "Rubber Ducky" was featured on Sesame Street, sung by Ernie
And Brenda a little bit earlier in the comments.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
she was singing it.
We're on target here. The song. This is a little fun fact. The song made it to number 11 on the Billboard chart.
Like the real chart?
Yeah.
What year was this?
1970.
Wow. Would a kid's song ever make it on the top 20? I mean, what
Well,
would
it
have
feels
to
like
be?
Baby Shark should have been on there somewhere, right?
Maybe.
Just ruined your night.
Yeah.
You were thinking it, singing it right now.
Thanks for that.
I just think of Jamie Tartu. Jamie Tartu. Okay. Look what we got here.
Oh, L.
L collects rubber ducks. I gave rubber ducks as an encouragement for our fall of the reader session last year. That's
awesome.
Cool.
I love all the different themes of rubber ducks. For some reason, with all the Funko Pop collecting in this house, we haven't gotten into that, but it's right up our alley.
You mean like this?
Oh.
Because that's the thing now. Now, as you've seen them...
There's so much. The whimsy.
The iconic yellow and orange design, now they have all kinds of variants.
So
every
much
color
fun.
imaginable. I've seen
Yes.
Trump, Obama, ducks.
Which is disturbing. All of that is very disturbing.
Different faces.
Alvin and the Chipmunk song. Christmas song. I think.
Yeah, I'd see that probably.
Yeah?
in there.
Okay, for kids songs
70s
on the
was
top.
big for that. So, any thoughts on the rubber? Anything you learned here today, Kim?
I was surprised to find out that we do not currently own a rubber duck. At one point in our life, probably in the last 13 years, we had at least 5 in the house. And I think somewhere in all the crazy, like, let's sort through and get rid of kid stuff, those didn't make
Probably
it.
got rid of the
I
kid
kind of
stuff.
feel guilty that we didn't save one.
We've got to have one somewhere, but the kids were less than
unmotivated
enthused at our request to find one. So,
our urgent request a half hour ago,
pick your
they
battles,
did not
folks.
care.
Yeah,
They
pick your
cares
battles.
nothing about our urgent request.
No, so I feel like I've let you down. That we don't have a rubber
That's
duck.
part of the reason I put this necklace
On
on,
our
which I know
person.
some of you commented on. I was just trying to bring a little extra whimsy since we didn't have a duck. So
I don't think they're going to get that message.
that's why I just explained it.
Well, good thing. Anywho, that is a little trip down into the time machine for rubber ducks, and let's move the show along here.
And now, a word from our sponsors.
All
Well,
right,
I thought
guys.
about sharing this, and frankly, I don't even know.
I know.
if we have
Right
any
before the show,
left,
we're having
but-
this conversation. Like, you're not talking about the calendar, are you? Because I don't know if there's any left. But he's like,
There-
yes, I was planning on it.
Probably
Might have a few left.
are some left, but this is the end.
Because we put them, if you haven't figured this out by now, they're $10, and boom, they were flying out the door. So, yeah. So if you would like, if you can place an order, the stock should say it's out of stock.
Yeah,
yes.
it should.
Yeah.
So if you're interested, you haven't gotten your calendar. I mean, we are January 12th.
I know.
So if you're
You'd
kind
have
of
to
like
be kind
not
of
sure
the
what day it is.
procrastinating type, maybe.
But perhaps you need one for somewhere else in your house, or
Someone just emailed me the other day and said, I didn't think about getting one for my workplace when I finally go back there. So there's that, if you ever
Yep.
end up going back to work. to work there,
Yes.
that would be a thing. So check it out.
Please do. And we'll be talking about some other things next week, but wanted to get one more last call on the calendar. Thank you to everyone who purchased them and gave them as gifts. We got a lot of neat messages over the holidays of people who were able to share them and got some good stories, and people appreciated them. So it's kind of a fun way to keep adultitis at bay all year round.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
I was sitting in the backyard, reading a book, enjoying the fine summer day. All was calm. Out of nowhere appeared a whirling dervish of purple and teal. My youngest daughter came zipping around the corner on her bike, sporting an oversized helmet and a big, toothy smile. The sun illuminated her light hair, making it look like a halo on fire in the golden sun. Saying not a word, she pedaled through the grass like she was on a mission, and I have no doubt she was, but with a look of contentment as if she had not one care in the world. And then, just like that, she was gone. The moment lasted all of 7 seconds, but it was the one that came to mind that night as I lay in bed, thinking about my happiest moment from the day. I've adopted the routine of falling asleep, contemplating the day's happiest moment. It's a good practice in gratitude. It's easy to do, and it beats falling to sleep worrying about all the undone things waiting for me when I wake up. It's helped me see that even though we spend so much time of our lives pursuing happiness, sometimes it streaks by us unexpectedly in 7-second bursts. It often feels like my life is oriented around making lists of things that need to be done. These lists almost never contain what will end up being my happiest moment of the day. My happiest moments are rarely the important accomplishments of the day. They're small moments, like a lakeside walk with Kim, or waking up to 6 deer using our backyard for their living room, peacefully lounging about with their backs coated in snow. Or the joy on Ben's face after catching his 5th ball in a row. Or the spontaneous conversation that bubbled up with Ginny while sitting on the healing swing, when we talked about Wisconsin birds and calculated how many of her is the deepest part of Lake Michigan. It's about 230 Ginnies deep, in case you're wondering. Again, these happy moments are often not the sort of thing you plan for. I didn't write, sit in the backyard and wait for Ginny to ride by me like the cutest thing in the world so I could dutifully check it off later. No, you don't plan them, but they do require your presence, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Happy moments can happen anywhere, but in order to have them with people you care about, it turns out you have to be physically with them. And call me old-fashioned, but scrolling social media on your phone side by side doesn't count. Some people preach quality over quantity, but the truth is that the less time you have with someone, the less likely magic of the spontaneous kind will materialize, which is the very best kind. How much time are you spending with the people you love most? Of course, it's possible for your body to be right next to someone while your brain is a million miles away. Your daughter can be on your lap telling you about her day, but you miss all of it because you're trying to figure out the best way to respond to that email lingering in your inbox. Our attention is the most valuable gift we have to give. Where are you giving yours? And finally, when you're spiritually present, we can see the bigger picture, the truer one. Every minute is pregnant with the possibility of a happy moment. But many of us are sleepwalking through life, blind to all of it, too focused on the material world. Creation is conspiring to show us its best stuff, but in order to see it, you have to expand your horizon to the spiritual plane, beyond your email inbox, your phone, and your to-do list for the day. Wonder is everywhere. Are your eyes open to it? Now, we'd all hope that 2021 would have been a little less pandemic-y than 2020. Of course, no one knows what 2022 will hold, but I can guarantee you this. The year ahead is bursting with possibilities for happy moments. Like the one I had recently when I surprised the kids with Dairy Queen Blizzards, frosted animal cracker for me, before rolling through the automatic car wash. They delighted at the sight of the purple and blue unicorn soap and squealed in equal parts terror and delight when I suggested we roll down their windows. Alas, I did not. maybe next time. These happy moments are treasures, every last one of them. I wish you the unhurried mind and clear eyes to see and appreciate them all.
I love this. Of course, you're talking my language, but like the wonder stuff, of course. But I love this new take on gratitude. I think, I actually kind of have been trying to stop the scrolling at night I got a new alarm clock and stuff. But what you're doing takes it to a new level of intentional, like, connection to that happy moment right before bed. And I can't imagine that your sleep has got to be better because of it.
Yes, and I find it's what's kind of fun about it. Like, obviously, having a gratitude journal, things like that are not a new thing, and a lot of these things would fit under that. But the idea of like happiest moment, it really sometimes it really is a few seconds, and I have to really think through my day to think what was the happiest moment. And a lot of times now that I'm more conditioned to it, it's almost like if you've ever seen The Office with Jim and Pam, where they do the like that sometimes is going off in my head when I,
like, this will be it.
Yeah, the other day we were talking. I was making breakfast, and Ben was over all by himself at the kitchen table. He had some music going, and he was doing every word to the music, and he was busy making this art project out of popsicle sticks, and he was so in the zone, and it just made me
pure
happy.
Joy.
And it was just like. That's the happy moment.
Witnessing someone else having a moment of pure joy is a happy moment, isn't it?
And that's really that's what Jenny was. Just running through the yard and on a mission and big smile, and it was like.
Well, the other part of your message I loved is the concept that was not on your to-do list. Never will that happiest moment be the one on your to-do list. So let's just put the to-do list in perspective for a minute, right?
Yeah.
So that just it actually kind of gives a, dare I say, middle finger to the to-do list, which we honor it. We bow to it. We do everything for that list, right? So it's like, it's interesting.
Yeah. The best stuff. Best stuff is not usually planned, but you have to have your eyes open to it. So
yes.
Okay. Well, let us move on. I think it's time to draw. What do you say?
Let's draw. Hey,
all right,
have you guys been drawing, or have you missed it, right?
Oh, well, I hope you guys are excited to get back into this. And I hope if you are the type of person who has never joined us to draw or hasn't in a while, now's the time.
Right?
Pull something out to write with, something to write on.
They can't draw very good.
Oh, for crying out loud. Don't want to hear it. We're going to take it step by step, and we're going to have a little bit of fun here. So let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start towards the top of the page with a circle. Okay. Cheat there, make my nice little circle there. Technology. All right, now we're going to draw kind of a shape. I don't know how to describe it, but just follow along here. It's like a little a wide U, maybe. Kind of like that.
Oh, I wonder where we're going here.
Ooh. Big surprise here.
Let's see.
All right, let's do this now. Let's take a line down like that. All right. And then let's do a little bump.
No bump out.
Bring that a little bump. It's kind of a bump out. Yeah, kind of a
bump in.
Bump out. Bump up.
Bump out.
Yeah. It's all technical terms. And then we'll connect this here like that. And then we'll make another line like that to connect that. And of course he needs a little
this is not the creepy version from 1930.
No. And then we give this guy a little eye. All right, and I'm going to leave a little dot there, kind of like that, like a little highlight, right? And then we'll give him a little wing, which will just be kind of almost like a Nike swoosh, isn't it?
Yeah.
A little bit. All right, now here's where we're going to take things to the next level in terms of whimsy. Okay, so what I want to draw here is what I'm calling a colossal rubber ducky. Okay. So one of the neat things that I like playing with in a lot of my paintings is I like to play with scale. And scale, how big things are in relation to something else, is a great way to bring whimsy in, especially if it's out of the ordinary, right?
Surprise.
So one of the ways we can do that is I'll show you here. So what I'm going to do here under at the bottom is I'm just going to draw a line like that, okay? And then I'm going to draw another line down like that, and that'll work right there. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to draw some clouds, okay? So you can just kind of do like little bumps like that. So already
floating?
It's floating. It's the first
or flying?
thing. Floating,
Yes.
flying. And then I'm going to make a shadow. So, we've done this before where I draw a shadow underneath to give it a sense of that it's floating and levitating. And I'm doing scribbles here because what I'm drawing here is grass. Okay, so I'm getting a little texture in here. Then oftentimes I would just draw like a little oval, So there we got our little shadow peeking in. And now here's where kind of the scale comes in, okay? So I'm going to draw trees. Now if we draw the trees really small, kind of like little broccolis, right? I'm just going to draw little shapes like this.
Yeah.
So it gives you the sense of, these are little trees.
It's like all of a sudden he's just turning giant right before our
right?
eyes,
A simple thing. You just put in contrast a recognizable object that is, make it smaller or bigger or whatever, right? So I like to do that. And then what we might do here is I might draw some parallel curved lines like this, and this will make it look a little bit like maybe like a farm field, okay? So then we can color it in. And if I had a little bit more time, I don't want to go into all the steps, but like you could draw a little house or a little car or anything else that would give the sense of like, oh man, this is a colossal rubber
That's
duck,
a very
right?
Bob Ross thing to do. Put a little shack over there.
Little shack, yeah,
happy little shack.
Somehow Bob Ross would make little shacks that didn't look entirely creepy, but
I know.
I don't know if I've ever seen.
You wanted to live in that little shack. Maybe he kind of like planted a lot of seeds for that tiny house movement that later came. Maybe it was because of the Bob Ross watchers that got into that. I don't know. Oh, that's the perfect color.
Yeah, I picked good on that.
Yeah, that's right. Broccolini. I know, I'm kind of hungry for broccoli now. Broccoli is totally one of those foods that you feel like as an adult you should hate, but I actually like it. And it kind of leaves me with mixed emotions because as a child, it's vile. It's deadly.
Vile weed.
It's
right.
Yeah. You don't need if it's near you, you're doing something wrong. But as a grown up, I'm like, ooh, it's yummy. Is that strange?
Yes, I can see that. But we grow up. We get new tastes.
I don't want to grow up that much.
So here's another little trick.
I like that. It looks
to share. So as you see, I've got like kind of like these rolling fields, right? Mm-hmm. So if we go, the first one I'm going to do like this green color. And then one thing to give you the illusion of depth and
Michael.
What they call atmospheric perspective. So here's your fancy lesson for the day. Is the farther things go in space, the bluer they get. Because you have the particles of the sky are there's more and more of them, and so it gives it. So if you look at any like photographs at a really far distance, or if you're just on a one of those lookout towers that you sometimes do, Leonardo da Vinci is good for like Mona Lisa is a good one to look at, where you'll see like the hills in the background behind her, and as they recede, they get closer and closer to the color of the sky.
Interesting.
And so that's a way to create some depth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use a color that's kind of in between here, a little bit lighter, closer to the sky, closer to that blue color, and it'll look a little bit farther away. And that's basically for anything like mountains, sky, hills, whatever. So it's a fun little thing. So we're talking about scale today. Talked about atmospheric perspective, getting your money's worth because it's been a couple weeks.
Can we redeem some of these facts for like college credit or something?
No, not at all. And then we will add
Good to know.
Some little highlights here to make this rubber ducky look.
I feel like I learn more in your Let's Draw segments than I did in the art class that I took in college. So it's just coming back. I finally am getting my money's worth.
Your money's worth? There you go. So there is our colossal rubber duck. And of course, we talked about how rubber ducks come in all different colors and shapes and sizes. So I want to see your rubber duck. Please send it to us at kj@escapeadulthood.com, which is right down there on the bottom of the screen. So please send in your little drawings. Maybe you'll end up on the show. We did get a few from last time I wanted to share. Hildy did a little Tyrannosaurus frog. This little small,
his little Santa hat.
Small arms and his little Santa hat. And Steven always is a regular contributor. He's got a great one with the jester hat going on.
You're not even going to believe this.
The lily pad.
Steven, just like you. That is like the cutest little frog.
That's pretty good.
Yes, I do have a jester hat within reach. That's just how life is.
But no rubber duck. Well,
no
you win some,
rubber
you lose
duck.
some. You win some, you lose some. So please send your drawings to kj@escapeadulthood.com. We would love to see them. Well, popular question this time of year. What'd you get for Christmas? Fat. I got fat.
Not a cat? Was that a misspelling?
Can
Looks
anyone
like they got a cat.
relate to that? That's why New Year's resolutions were invented. Was because of Christmas and the New
Cookies,
Year, holidays,
hot fudge
all that stuff.
sauce, everything. It just
Now,
kept coming.
Speaking of time machine, we did time machine earlier talking about rubber duckies. I have another little mini time machine, but it doesn't. This one doesn't go back very far. It goes back about 3 weeks.
Oh.
So some of you remember a segment that we did that featured this fellow. We have a segment we often like to play called "What's Going On," where we show a very strange picture and we ask you what's going on.
Was this strange? What was strange about this picture?
The tree is really weird.
Yeah, the tree's odd. I don't know why there's poinsettias under it.
But we had a really good time with you guys. You did a great job of coming up with some fun captions for this. And a few of you took it to the next level. And I am delighted to share this. I can't even begin to tell you how happy. We were talking about happiest moment of the day. They come on the same day, like that same night.
By bedtime on that Wednesday night, this was our last show before the holidays. By bedtime, we were delighting in these. Go ahead. Yes.
So Rich.
Yes.
Rich had some black. Let's take a look at that. Pretty good.
It's legit.
It's pretty good.
He's got some stretching.
I snuck in.
I know.
Yeah, so we got Rich and then we got Paul.
And Paul.
Paul also did it. And I can't even tell you how happy I am with you two fellas that you did this. This is why we love you. This is why
I love
we
how
do this show.
they both paid attention to that backhand.
Yeah.
They had. I mean, the original guy, his stretching is.
What you don't know is that guy only has one arm. I have no idea. And Rich, I mean, I couldn't do that.
Black.
But you know what my favorite is Paul showed us the. I don't know if this was the before or after.
Behind the scenes.
There was one here where he was cracking himself up, and that's how you know. It was a job well done, and Adultitis was not happy.
It does not surprise me that both Rich and Paul are very active Wonder and Whimsy Society members, along with their wives. So you guys are the top of the game. I mean, they're at the top of their game fighting adultitis.
We salute you,
right?
Kristen says the looks on Paul and Rich's faces. Are those guys wearing the same socks?
I mean, it's like different parts of the country, and they're just channeling this energy.
Now, this guy's got dress shoes on, but I like, it's...
the original guy had dress shoes on?
He did. Of course he did.
Of course.
Martha, who is Rich's other half, I'm not going to say better or not, but that's for you to decide. But we had a lot of time doing that photo. I'm glad I took it and didn't pose.
Well...
So...
I think I'd still be down there if I tried to do that pose.
Jen is amazed. See, look at this. The joy that you've brought.
And let's be clear, we did ask for their permission before sharing that tonight, because that that is just like one step beyond. That's 93%. Would you say 93%
that is
weird?
at
Optimal.
93%.
Optimal,
yes.
maybe 93.5, and that's okay because
We're going to round down.
I failed math, so we're rounding down on that one.
Because if you go, what would be 97%? Would be like
97 would be shirtless. Doing that same exact thing shirtless. That's 97?
Yeah, that would be bad. That would be good. But anywho, we did get their permission. We also sent them a little present in the mail as a little thank you for taking these to the next level. And
as Jen said, you made us all giggle, and that's what we need.
Blue ribbons, and Helen says overachievers.
I know.
So speaking of another person that we are also a big fan of, we have
man. You ready for this?
an Adultitis Fighter, Tom Plummer. He was the December 2021, the last Adultitis Fighter of the year in 2021. Good old Tom. And here he is.
I love that picture of him and Jody.
Jody, his wife, and a couple sausages.
Yeah,
little Milwaukee Brewer sausages. This was at the Escape Adulthood Summit last year, where we invited, we got the hot dog and the Italian dude.
Yes.
What is the Italian? Italian sausage.
Italian sausage, yeah.
So that was fun. And Tom, we, of course,
Jody's on tonight.
Adultitis Fighters of the Month. We asked them some questions. One of the things that we ask is, what's something you loved doing as a child that you still do in some form today? And Tom said, I like to go treasure hunting or go exploring old places, mountains, caves, museums. One of the things I love most is playing in the water and mud when prospecting. So that's pretty cool.
Very childlike, right?
Absolutely.
What could you find? The treasure hunt.
And then we asked, what's your strategy for dealing with people who are obviously infected with adultitis? Because we encounter those all the time. It's always good to have some tricks in your bag. And he says, I listen to what is going on in your life, and here's the trick. You need to take a sincere interest in what they're going through. Try to help remind them that the problem will work out. Look for the good that is on the way. Also let them know they are loved by God and by you. Which is a nice little touch. But I have this sort of belief that the more you get to know someone, if you really know what's going on in their life, it's hard not to like them and understand where some of their rough edges are coming from.
Right.
There's a little bit of empathy there. So I like that. Say lean into it, take a sincere interest in them, and try to listen to them.
Having been able to get to know Tom over the years, since the first time him and Jody came to a summit a couple years ago now, 2019, I could say that I've witnessed him do that on a number of occasions. And so he walks the walk and talks the talk. Right?
Yes, he does. Anything else you'd like to share, we asked. And Tom said, when having an adultitis moment, go to the toy store and look at all the toys that weren't around when you were young. And here he is at the summit holding one of the toys that he picked up on his last visit to Wisconsin. Then he says, use your imagination for your next adventure. And remember, things can always be worse. Be optimistic, hopeful, and confident about the future. So good words to live by. Tom is
he's getting the love in the comments.
Very wise dude. I'm recalling back. I don't remember what episode it was, but remember a long time ago we had a giveaway question.
The baseball bat.
What would you bring to a fight? Like something childlike you'd bring to a fight, and I think he said baseball bat, right? Is that? I don't remember the exact question.
Yeah.
But it was pretty dark. It was harsh, but I still remember that with a lot of humor.
Well, we took a little field trip on the summit that they came to in 2019, and Tom and I ended up on a park bench together for about a half hour at least, and that was probably some of the best moments I shared with anyone at that summit. That was just really special. So I love getting to know Tom and Jody. You guys are very special to us. But congratulations, Tom. Well earned.
Yep, very much so. All right, well, speaking of giveaways, we've got one.
Woohoo!
Okay, the question is, what everyday object would be instantly better if it were shaped like a rubber duck?
Oh,
you guys,
good question.
I want to hear this. So just any normal object, but it's the shape of a rubber duck instead. And what can they win, Kim?
Yes, we're going to throw out a $10 gift card, which could get you one more calendar, you guys. $10 calendars. So, feel free to use this immediately. And I'll send out who the winner is. But if you want me to just email you the info instead of mailing it, I can do that too. So make sure you get one.
Okay, well, Rachel weighs in with cars, and so does Wes. Both said cars. That's kind of what I was thinking immediately. I was like, a little rubber duck on wheels would be
Those
would be pretty
Michigan
good.
folks are channeling
Helen
each
says
other.
the phone.
Oh,
I like that.
That's fun.
They got the Get
Yeah.
Smart shoe phone. Why not a duck
Right.
phone?
I like that.
Toilet, complete with the squeaker on there, maybe somehow. Like that would be kind of nice.
For the flush.
Gina, a cell phone. Tracy,
I
a
love
pen.
A phone idea.
Pen.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that would be awesome.
Here's a unique one. My teapot.
Oh,
And I bet there's one. I bet there is. I bet there
That would be
is.
so fun.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be
Let's
so cute.
see.
And when it like whistles, it could do like a little quack or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that would be good.
Mhm.
Rich, stick shift on a car.
Oh,
That's pretty good.
Right?
Yeah, that's
oh, that's awesome.
A bus. Yeah. Hey, we have a yellow submarine. Let's have a rubber ducky bus.
I love it.
Say.
Mhm.
Steven, a lemonade stand gift card shaped like a rubber ducky.
Like I
that's a
get
good
it.
idea. That's a
At first
good
I thought
idea.
he was gonna say lemonade stand. I'm like, that'd be kind of cute too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Paul,
car.
Okay.
I love it. Joey
Martha,
guacamole going yellow.
a chair.
Ooh, that would be cute.
Chair. I could see that.
How about like a patio chair? Right?
I'm sure there's got to be like blow up inflatable. for
I'm going on
pool
Amazon
toy or
tonight.
something.
Yeah.
How about a computer mouse?
Oh, that would be
I want
cute.
that. That would be
I love
way
it,
better
Kara.
than this one.
Right?
My purse, Mary.
Aw,
Like it.
I love that.
Coffee mug, good.
Yes.
A
Right?
ski boat.
Oh, it's like he's. Yeah. I love
Couch like that.
That'd
Golf
be cute.
carts.
Nice. Golf carts are so boring. They don't
how-
even make them different colors.
Well,
They should make them like the mini golf balls where you get to pick your ball color and your golf cart, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Purse. Yeah, purse.
I know,
Backpack.
that'd be
Bathtub.
So cute. It's a good tie-in.
What else we got? A couple bathtub
Mhm.
ones here.
Yeah, for a baby, like a baby bath.
hmm Desk chair.
I'm telling you guys, we could go into business together if we all pulled
The
in.
duck boat in New York.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. Yeah, we did the
Uh,
swans in Boston, didn't we?
Yeah.
We
That
did.
you could easily
Mhm.
turn that into
I
it.
know.
Lola, my computer.
Oh, nice.
Toaster.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah, like
awesome.
that.
Good one, Gina.
Shopping carts. Good one, Beth. Good
That would
stuff.
be epic.
Kate says my bed. A nice squishy
Aw.
duck. Yeah, like a bean bag
Oh,
kind of a thing. That could be
yeah.
pretty good. Man, you guys see? I knew it.
Now I have like 100 questions about who manufactures
about
these.
shoes.
Oh, Kristen, you could pull them off too, Kristen. She could totally rock those.
Airplane,
Mhm.
yes. Wine
Yes.
bottle, yes.
Yeah.
Cowboy hat, yes. Obviously, right?
Oh, you guys, this is good.
Rachel points out that in Kelsey's member spotlight in the Escape Adulthood League, she has a photo with a rubber duck boat.
Oh, see, she's ahead of us.
Good stuff. Well, we've got
Good
our
remembering.
work cut out for us to pick a winner. The last winner from the last show was Paul Tracy.
Okay.
So we'll see who wins this time. But thank you for playing. I love you guys.
This is good. Did you guys notice the little tinker that was in tonight's show? If you did, throw it in the comments. This is one of those things. We might tinker, you might see it again. We might tinker, you might not see it again. So any feedback you have for us, we're always anxious to hear what you think.
Absolutely. And by the way, special announcement tomorrow is Jenna's birthday.
Yes,
so many
it
of you know Jenna.
is.
She's our link fairy in the show usually, putting in different links to things.
Yeah, some of you might remember or might wonder how those comments, like our hands are right here, but somehow Escape Adulthood is commenting. That is all
That's her.
Jenna
That's her.
all the time, every
So
Wednesday
she
night.
is going to be 29 years old, which is it's a big year. It's a big year.
She was
Almost
a youngin'
30.
when
Yeah.
we first hired her 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Do that math.
It was illegal, child labor. But so happy birthday, Jenna. We love you. We couldn't do this without you, and you wear probably as many, if not more, hats than we do in this business.
We showed a picture of the rubber duckies, all those different rubber duckies. That represents all the different hats.
Yeah, that
she
represents
does.
one of each of the jobs that she does for us. So
pretty much.
Kudos to Jenna,
Yes.
and thank you to all of you. We had a nice little crowd tonight. We're going to be back at this next week, and we're looking forward to a great season ahead.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's about it, but that's it for this show.
Yes.
So until next time, Adultitis Fighters.
Shine on, spread whimsy, and be awesome.